Hello and welcome to Echochamber, my place where I talk about whatever, whenever, however I want about anything and anything and anything. And something interesting happened lately. Pokemon S&M, yes, I'm going to say that because that's hilarious, actually came out with a special demo recently, and I tried it out, and I wanted to give some quick impressions on it. This isn't going to be too long, this isn't going to be that in-depth, it's just, I'm excited for the game, and I sort of want to talk about it, so yeah. My biggest impressions were probably the more cinematic flair to it and Team Skull. The cinematic flair is actually something I'm really excited for because it really feels like there's going to be a sort of proper story behind this, which is just one of the things I've really wanted out of Pokemon for some time. And Team Skull, and I will note, their movements, the theme, all the shit, they're really funny for some reason. When I saw them at first, I was like totally like, this is gonna be stupid. But they're playing it off for comedic value, and it is working pretty darn well. I also thought the whole trial part was cool with the totem, dragon, and whatnot. I thought that going into the trial stuff, I thought it's really easy to mess it up, and it definitely has a novelty factor to it, and I don't think it's too bad. I think I definitely need to see more of it for whether I think it really can replace gyms in an effective way, instead of just having that novelty factor. In general, I do think S&M, Sun and Moon, I'll just say Sun and Moon, I know someone's gonna get upset about that, but it really reminds me of Black and White. Yes, some people really hate the Black and White games. Honestly, they're some of my favorites since Gen 2. I really just like this whole story approach to it. I'm the sort of person who likes story in my games, so Pokemon with a decent story is something that's really good, because I've been playing Pokemon since the original Blue. Blue was like one of my first games ever, and I love this series. I've at least liked every single game that came out. I've enjoyed every single one of them as they came out, all that sorts of things. And this really does remind me of Black and White, because it's like it's on the same console generation as a previous one. It really feels like instead of trying to upgrade all their systems, they're trying to really expand upon them, refine them. They're throwing in tons of new features, because that was one of the things Black and White 2 had a ton of features. Like, part of that was also the ton of new Pokemon, because they had the time, they could make all those new Pokemon. And it really feels like, from watching the trailers recently especially, just letting things like as I've been taking it in, because playing Oris left me at a place where I really wasn't feeling hyped for a new Pokemon game, but all the stuff that they've released on Sun and Moon so far has really gotten me hyped, because I feel like they're actually really trying with this one. It's been a complaint of mine since basically Pokemon makes all this money, they sell so many copies, they could just throw money at the wall and they could pop out a such better project, when a lot of the time the games feel as though they're still trying to keep a relatively small team and trying to keep it relatively simple going forward. And it feels like they're really trying their all to do as much as they can this time, between the story, between learning from their past mistakes, like the 3D in battle, like the 3D overworlds and stuff. They just removed 3D entirely, which is great. I hate 3D on 3DS anyways. They removed the chibi artwork. There's some stuff they really haven't learned from. They really could stand to make all the combat just a bit more quick, especially the combat parts. The cinematics, story, keep that as it is, but the combat stuff, try to make it just quicker. There's ups and downsides to both of those. I think quickness for Pokemon battles, for JRPG battles in general, is a pretty good thing to have, some convenience features for that, but they have a lot of details that just make it feel like they're trying to make the experience as smooth and as good as possible for the user. And that is great. There's still some things that I think, just based on what we've seen so far, that they could fix based on the demo of how things actually worked out, that they could probably do better, but still, I think it's done very well. Some other notes I made from the demo. The music is good, but it might be just a tad too stylized. I know they're really going for the Hawaii feel, but it feels like it might, again, just be a tad notch too stylized, like they're trying just a tad too hard. Same with just like the scope of everything. Like, it feels like there's just so much going on, so many new features, that maybe they're trying to stuff too much into too little space, and at times it really does feel crowded and nothing's just able to shine and show whether it's done well or it's done badly, and the stuff that is done badly can stand out so much more because of that. But really, ultimately, what this demo just assures to me is that the hype I've been getting from the trailers, the reasons that I really am looking forward to this outing in particular, are really worth considering as real, legitimate reasons to think that they're going to be just hype as shit. And I want to be really hyped. This is probably the most excited I've been for a Pokemon game in a long time, a very long time. I don't remember being this excited for a Pokemon game before. Even X and Y, I don't think I was that excited. And before that, it was usually just a matter of, because of the lack of a worldwide release, it got released in Japan. It was just like, oh, spoilers came over. It's like, oh, there's a Pokemon game coming out, so I'm going to buy that when it comes out. But now I really am hyped, and I really am excited for it. And I don't have any way to record 3DS capture stuff, so that's not going to be a Let's Play. But I'll sure as fuck post an impressions video and a review video on it, because I'm sure I'm going to like that game. And I'm going to play the fuck out of that game. Okay, here's a question for everyone, just leaving this off on. If you're interested in Pokemon, or if you're not, also feel free to say, I'm curious how many people are actually interested in Pokemon watching my channel. But other than that, if you're interested in it, what game are you going to get? You're going to get Sun, you're going to get Moon? I think I'm probably going to get Moon. Something about the more like dull of the two colors, like ever since I got blue versus red, I've always typically had myself going for the more dull version, just color-wise between the two. Like Diamond to Pearl was another example of that, Sapphire to Ruby. I think I got black over white. I forget. That one was a bit trickier to do that because it's just black and white. But yeah, what version are you going to get? I'm curious. Feel free to talk about it. And remember, the demo is free and you can go download it yourself. Don't forget to do that if you don't, because there are some rewards that you're able to transfer over in the game, and this is like a side story that has nothing to do with the actual game story, so you should be fine if you're worried about that too. So, I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.